Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a story time about my creepy, perverted roommate I had a few years ago. Ew. So this story time came from a list of weird things that happened to me a few years ago when I moved to London on my own when I was 18. So please take into consideration that my situation wasn't very favorable at the time. I was broke as f, and I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So that's why many of my story times are from that year when I arrived in London, because that's when all the creepy shit happened. And I know story times are not really popular anymore, but they're still like my favorite thing to watch on YouTube, and I love filming story times. So like, just let me know if you're enjoying the story times or if it's time to stop. So before we carry on and I tell you about the weirdo that shared a room with me, please subscribe because I post new videos 3 times a week, sometimes 2, and give us a thumbs up so I know you like story times and because it really helps the channel. Oh my god, I really hope this man is not watching this. Honestly, like, my life is gonna probably be in danger if he watches it. I don't think he knows I have a channel. Or does he? Oh shit. So, 5 years ago, when I was a baby and I moved to London and I had no money and my savings were almost gone. At the time I was looking for somewhere cheaper to live, but I really couldn't afford anything decent. And I had this female friend from Brazil, I'm Brazilian by the way, if you're new here, that was living in this house, which was a 2-bedroom house with 8 people living in it. So basically it was 4 people in each bedroom. Yes, I know, I look so glamorous and rich right now. Can you imagine me sharing a bedroom with other 3 people? Me neither, but I was so broken that I had to move into that place. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I mean, I don't even usually tell people about the few months I lived in that house because I just find it so embarrassing. I mean, you know when ignorant people tell like some crazy stories about immigrants and stuff, that they all live in a room, like lots of people in the same room and all these horrible things. So I was like that really, because I was an immigrant in London and I still am. But things were rough and I ended up being in that situation and it made me feel so bad and so depressed. Anyway, this is not what the story is about. So I moved into that hole and I immediately hated it. Like, there was only one bathroom for everybody and the bedrooms were mixed, so there were 2 men and another girl in my bedroom, and one of them used to snore like so loudly and it was like impossible to sleep, and all the wardrobes in the bedroom were already full when I arrived, so there was no space for my stuff, so I had to keep all of my clothes in suitcases and stuff for the whole 4 months I think I lived in that house. It was literally a nightmare. But the worst part for me is that almost everybody in the house really disliked me. And thinking back, I think probably some of them were homophobic because they really treated me so bad and I had no clue why. Like, I literally didn't do anything wrong, but there was this woman that lived there that used to like throw my stuff around, and I would be cooking something and she would come over and turn off the stove. I don't know, they were just like really mean and like they were grown adults kind of bullying me. It was horrible. So remember I said almost everybody in the house hated me. There were 2 people that were my friends. Well, I thought were my friends. One was the girl who invited me to live there, which was lovely and actually my friend. And the other one was this grown man. He must have been like 40 or something. He was like not a boy, he was like a grown man. And he was really nice to me and we kind of became friends. And he knew I was gay and everything, and he knew that I don't really talk to my dad, and he said at the time that he kind of felt like he wanted to take care of me and be my friend and protect me because everybody else in the house didn't like me. And we ended up getting very close and becoming really good friends. Or so I thought. Ooh, let's give them fake names so you can like imagine the person. So let's call the girl Brittany. And let's call the man Michael. It's so funny because they're Brazilian and I gave them English names, but... So fast forward a few months, everything is normal, horrible, but like normal, and I'm still unhappily living in that house. So one day I woke up to my friend Brittany Spears really fighting with this other random guy that lived in the house. Not Michael, another guy that lived in the house. They were fighting, he was saying some horrible things to her. It was terrible. So that day, me, Brittany and Michael decided that we should probably go live somewhere else together. So we all packed our bags and moved into another house. You're probably thinking that we'd probably be able to rent a flat between the three of us, but we were all like looking for work and so broken and stuff that we couldn't even afford to rent a flat between the three of us. Sad, very sad. So we rented a room for the three of us. And even though thinking now that's like a total nightmare, at the time I was super happy because I was finally free from all the horrible people from the house. I was just sharing a room with my two friends. And in the first month that we lived together, it was everything fine. We used to cook together. It was really fun actually, it was alright. And it was a nice time, it was summer, we went to the beach together, it was alright. But thinking back now, Michael was already doing some weird things, but I just didn't realize because I was very innocent and I trusted him. But he was kinda becoming obsessed with me in a weird way. Like, Brittany would tell me that when I wasn't there, all he would talk about was me. And if they went out with other friends, he would just talk to them about me. And he had some pictures of me on his computer, like just normal pictures of my face and stuff that we took, but he had like a folder full of my pictures, which was very weird, but I didn't see the red flags. So stupid. And I just carried on living there happily with my friends until Brittany moved back to Brazil because she was only here to study or something, and I was left alone sharing a room with this man. That's when things started changing. As soon as my friend left, he started getting a lot creepier. He would like hug me, but then he wouldn't let me go, and I would be distracted doing something and he would start like taking pictures without asking me or without me realizing. And he would just like stare at me, like look at my boobs and my bum and just like in a creepy way and just stare at me. Oh my god. And then I started getting terrified. And at that time, I had a girlfriend. That was that girlfriend that cheated on me with her cousin, remember? But that's another story time. So I used to spend a lot of time out of the house because I was creeped out and scared of him, but I didn't have anywhere else to go yet. So I would spend most of my time with my girlfriend and out of the house. And he realized that. And every time I was home, he would make up some excuses so I wouldn't leave. He would say, oh, this is broken, I need your help. I don't know, he would just make things up. He would say, oh, I need help writing my CV. Just anything. Until one day, and this is when I started to really get scared, my girlfriend at the time bought a hamster. But she still lived with her parents and they didn't let her keep the hamster at her house, something like that. And she asked if I could look after the hamster while she was finding him a good home. So I took the hamster to my room. I obviously asked Michael if he had any problems with it and he said no, it's okay. And the hamster moved in with me. But in that week that the hamster was in my room, every single time I went out with my girlfriend, he would open the cage and let the hamster escape when I wasn't in the house. And he did that so I wouldn't leave. So I would have to be home like looking after the hamster so he wouldn't do anything bad to it. Or even worse, he would do some mean things, like I would come back home and there would be like bed sheets and stuff on top of the cage so the hamster couldn't see anything. It was horrible. And anyone that knows me knows that I just cannot stand any type of animal cruelty. It really like hurts my heart so much. So basically I couldn't leave the house anymore, because if I did, he would do something bad to the hamster. And I felt so trapped and so scared. I was sure that like he was gonna murder me or something. I was actually really scared. So that's when, one day when he wasn't at home, I decided to go through his computer to see if there was anything weird. I don't know why, I just had a feeling and I was just scared for my life. I know you shouldn't invade anyone's privacy like that, but I was literally scared for my life. So I went on his computer and I looked through his pictures. He had like hundreds and hundreds of pictures of me that he took when I wasn't looking, and lots of different folders and stuff. And then I clicked on this one folder from when, remember, ages ago we went to the beach? And when I opened it, I saw that he had taken like hundreds, I'm not even joking, hundreds of pictures of my bum. I'm laughing now, but I was like so freaked out at the time. Obviously I was wearing a bikini, but instead of like taking a picture of me, he zoomed in like just on my bum and took hundreds of pictures of my bum when I wasn't looking. Probably when I was walking towards the sea or something, but... So then I can't even tell you how freaked out I was, how scared. So I got Stefano, the hamster, packed my bags and went to my girlfriend's parents' house. And oh my god, to this day I'm still so thankful to her parents, because they helped me out. They went in there, they helped me get the rest of my stuff safely, and they helped me find somewhere else to live at one of their friends' house, and they saved me. Then I blocked Michael on everything and I disappeared, and I never heard from him since. But oh my god, he obviously had some type of weird obsession with me and he wanted me to be stuck in the house forever or something. Oh my god, God knows what would have happened to me if I had stayed there. Thank God for my ex's parents. So that was the story. Very weird, very creepy, but I hope you learn from my mistakes, and if there's someone like being creepy and acting weird, it's probably because they are creepy and weird and dangerous. Be careful, don't go trusting everybody, especially when you're vulnerable and on your own. Just don't go moving in with random people like I did when I moved to London. Seriously, please be careful. So that's gonna be it for today. Please go watch my previous story times. I've got lots of them on this channel. Please go follow me on Instagram and all my social media. Thank you so much for watching and have a very, very lovely day. Mwah!